Today, I'm going to be breaking down why growing and scaling your agency truly takes you just having an office and what it looks like and what I've learned from these individual agencies on how they've been able to grow and scale their business. My name's Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 4 years, we've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 per month. And on this channel, I try to talk about the strategies, tactics, and behaviors that you can go out and execute and how you can grow your business as well. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and let's hop right into the video. So, as you all can see, I'm in a different location. I'm currently back at my stomping grounds, so Nashville, Tennessee. And the reason I'm here is one of our partnership clients is scaling their business. So what I've realized is they just bought a office. So they're having a grand opening. And the reason why, obviously, we run leads for the whole agency. But let me break down what agency owners should be considering opening an office and what it actually does for you. All right, so let's break down why. Let's go here. Why office culture wins. Okay, number one, it creates environment that you cannot. Sorry, I know my spelling is not that great. It cannot replicate online. All right, so here's what I mean. Most of the times when you are online, you're virtual, you're selling over Zoom, Discord, whatever platform that you're on, and you are trying to grow and scale your team. The only way that you can typically do that is by setting a standard. Now, you can set the standard as the agent, writing a lot, crushing a lot, etc. But there is something different. They do these things called lock-ins. All right, so where this has taken a shift in the life insurance culture was through what we call lock-ins. Okay, so what people quickly noticed is that when you got a bunch of agents that flew into one city, right, and they would all sell, you'd have these huge spikes in income. So you'd go from doing like 30K a day as an agency to like 60K a day, and you were like, whoa, like this is crazy, right? Or even like 15K a day, 20K a day, 40K a day. But then you'd be like, oh my goodness. And what would happen is it's because you had all these people in like one home, one spot, and everybody would be just like competing at the highest level and it'd be challenging each other. So you'd be like, yo, my team is going hard. Like they're like talking trash, competing, and it's a true environment that you've created. When you're virtual, you can do that, but it's up to the individual to hold themselves accountable. And truthfully, if every organization could run virtual and still succeed at the highest level, they would. That's why the largest corporations in the world have in-person headquarters. Even if they do remote sales, they're still all together. So what made sense was like, well, why don't we all come together? And if we do this, when we do it in a weekend or in like a few days, why don't we just do this every day? And then it was like, whoa, if we do this every day, we make way more money because now people are held accountable. They can go work out together. They can spend time together. They can get to know people. They have competitions. It creates a much stronger bond and culture per unit, meaning each individual agent is writing more. They have stuff to look forward to. When you get up every day and you keep going to the office, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, what happens is it becomes redundant. And then typically you get burnt out or you just don't have anything to look forward to. You're at your house and you are relying on yourself accountability to always show up. But when you have an office and you can create an in-person culture, everybody elevates. They have to. It's elevate or die, right? That's typically what happens in this culture. So what happens is you get to the point where elevate or die. And that's how it works. Okay. That's number one. Creates an environment that you cannot replicate online. That's number one. Number two, it holds the agency owner to a higher standard with first overhead. What do I call first overhead? You would be willing to die, relatively speaking. You'd be willing to sacrifice as much as you could to make sure that your agents were good if you had an office. You're putting up money to pay for the office, whatever it is, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month, if not more per month, in order for your agents to crush it. So you, as the leader, feel a sense of accountability and weight that falls on you. Now you go out and execute a higher level. You go recruit more, you hire more, you push people harder because you not only know that you need to make your overhead, but you're like, I'm doing this for y'all. I'm creating this environment for y'all. So I have facilitated true growth, right? And I know for myself, I have to hold myself to that standard because I have to make enough money to cover this overhead. to cover all my expenses, to pay for it. Because when you're virtual, you don't have any overhead. You're chilling. You're like, yo, I'm good. So most people are nervous, but it's those nerves. It's that buying of and starting a actual office that really takes you to that next level. It really takes you to the next level to where you're like, I got to be profitable. I got to do things right. I got to keep everything on the books. I got to actually run a business. Because when you're a life insurance agency owner, you really have like one admin and then there's really no other overhead, which is fine. You're just a sales rep making a ton of money. You don't have like staff and people you have to train and SOP relative, hear me out, relative to the entire business that you are paying for. You training them, but you are paying for. You might have an admin, a recruiter, it's like 2 people. Even these agencies that are making, they just hire people they know. It's not like crazy. You can still make crazy money, which isn't bad, but now having an office makes you operate more like a business owner. So it forces that growth on you, right? So that is culture because now people can see that. They see you putting up the bread. They know how much this stuff costs. So that is something that they want to model after. And now they're able to see you come in every day. Okay, this goes back to that environment. You can't, they're like, yo, they're going to see you coming in every single day. They're like, oh my goodness. This dude shows up every day at 8 o'clock on the dot. He's here, doors open, locked in, making sure that everything's good to go. You're like, all right. This is somebody that I can model my life after, somebody that I also want to be like. So understand and know that no matter what, you as an agency owner, you are the leader and you are the one that people are looking to. Right? Now, this is probably my favorite of all of them. Man, it pushes people to win. Man, I think it creates competition. Now, one could say that this is the environment, but that's not because you can't create it. You can still compete virtually, but man, when you're in person and it's something different about somebody being in your face, talking trash to you, right? You will get the most out of your agents when they are with you than you would ever get if they're virtual. I don't care what anybody says. And I'll get the most out of my employees when we finally get an office than I'll ever get out of them when we're virtual. I don't care. Because it's something different about knowing you walk through the door, get your energy up. You can't come in slacking. You got to show up. Like one of the things I learned in the league really quick was like, dude, you got to show up every day. It's people out here trying to take your spot. Everybody and their mom wants to get to the league. So it's like, it's a privilege to be here. If you're not getting right, gone. There's somebody that's ready, hungry. And you may not have that at an office, meaning like there may not actually feel like somebody's going to cut you. But yo, if you make that environment, people show up and they're like, yo, we working. And I only know that because I know that from playing sports. When I train on my own, it's trash. When I go in person to a facility and train, it's a whole nother level. I could be doing the same workout. I'm getting way more done. I'm getting way better. Night and day. Like you come out ready for the season after you trained with all our season with a bunch of guys and y'all were actually going hard, not like posting on Instagram, but actually going hard. It's different. So if you're ripping phones every day with your guys at the office, when you go virtual, you're like, this is weak. This is weak. So what happens is you are able to establish and actually cultivate a true culture that flourishes and allows you to grow, right? So I wanted to quickly talk about that for those that are considering what that is, just for context. My guy, he's been working with me since like late September, early October of last year. We started out kind of rocky. I tell everybody that. Like, I'm one of these super transparent guys. It's like, oh, yeah, we just started out and started scaling. Like, no. We started out, his guys were doing okay on just like regular leads. Then things kind of fell off. Like, my leads just weren't as good. I had to make some changes. And then we kind of nailed and ironed down the veteran league. And then guys started crushing it. And then we came into New Year and just started growing. And fast forward, 6 months in, I told him my goal is to get him from not be able to sell, meaning he has grown so much and he's led by example for so far that he doesn't have to sell. And now he has some of the top people in the industry ripping. And it's my job to make sure that they're fed and that they have what they need. And they will get to $1 million a month. I don't know if they're going to hit it this month because I don't know the numbers, but they will hit it next month. Like, they will hit it soon. They'll be next on our list. And this one I'm super proud of because the other ones happened when people were like higher. They were like 600K, 700K. Like it wasn't hard to get them to 1 million. But this one I really enjoy because I felt like we kind of did it together. I think it would be cool to get one to start from zero and get them to 1 million a month. That'll be like my next goal. But for now, let's just call it, I think he was at 400K, right? To 1 million. That's pretty dope. And it's not me. I always tell people, like, I'm not taking credit at all. So if anybody that watches this, I do not take credit for helping people grow. That's not my MO. They went out and did the work. I'm just the person that gives strategy on what I've seen and like, these are the leads, you go do it. Like I just kind of try to input my thoughts and process that I've gained over the years into that process. And then from there, they actually go out and execute it. Right? So hopefully this video is helpful. Really quick tidbit. Wanted to drop it on you guys. We'll see you all next time on the next video. Peace.